What's good with it, YouTube world? It's Coffee back again with another one, man. We got an update for you guys. We got some hip hop news, like some current-ish and update. We got a throwback back to the 90s that's real interesting. But then we got to debunk some ish that, you know how sometimes stories, lies, fluffery, can get legs and grow into a damn near living being, an entity, and just, you know what I'm saying? Like a lie starts out as just straight cap, some fluffery someone made up, but somehow, some way it gains momentum and spreads like wildfire. Yeah, we got to address some ish like that. So let's get right into it, man. No delays. First up is a quick update about this whole LIL DURK situation, man. I reported on it the other day. And basically, it seemed like it was Splitsville for Durk in India, right? They've been together since 2017, got a kid together. Within the past year or so, we saw Durk get down on bended knee at a performance, present her with the ring. Will you marry me? She said yes. And it's been business as usual, at least to the people, what we see. But the other day, India jumped on Twitter, threw up a tweet talking about she's a free agent. Everyone took notice and was like, wow, what in the fuck is going on? I mean, what else could she mean, But now Durk has responded, and peep it, y'all, and India responded again, and peep it, y'all. I think this is some kind of play for a reality show or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. Let me know what you guys think. But it just feels like they're playing around. We know celebrities, rappers, all kinds of celebrities use the blogs, the news cycle to their advantage, as they should. You got to use everything strategically. But you see Durk got on, threw up a post saying that Ussy is his for life. Welcome to death row. It's like, that's a wild caption, but I feel him, Whatever. He loves his lady. He wants the world to know it. But then she gets on and throws up a cap emoji. So she's saying he's capping. This, what do you guys think, man? This gotta be some kind of promo games. Like, what is Durk gonna be on Love and Hip Hop or something like that? Cause for real, Durk's a huge artist. They're living life, living their best life, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she's just letting it be known she's a free agent. And then he's responding, saying it ain't true, and she's saying no, he's lying. Either it's some kind of promo games to try to get a storyline developing, or maybe Durk's on the road and she heard about some dirt he did or something and is believing it and wanted to make him sweat a little bit or something. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. But peep it, y'all. Here we get into the main topic that I wanted to talk about, but this is going to branch out into that whole other thing that I was just talking about, debunking and all that, right? Kanye West recently threw up a post talking about how Snoop changed his life back in '94 when he appeared on SNL. Snoop's larger than life. He still is larger than life, but I'm saying at this time he was really had that momentum behind him. You know what I mean? And he said Snoop wearing this Tommy Hilfiger rugby was the most impactful marketing moment of my young life. And Snoop responded and said, "Love you, King. Let's make a move. Call the play." So first up, he's saying, let's make a move. I guess they'll get together and collab and do some music. I was thinking to myself, man, I know Snoop and Ye had to collab at some point, with Ye on production, but nothing was coming to my mind off top. But I believe they did do a song together. I'm sure they did. Comment and let me know. But I think in this sense, Ye's probably referring more, and Snoop are probably referring more to fashion and designing, as he's speaking about this iconic moment. Again, Snoop Dogg is huge, and he goes out there rocking the Tommy rugby, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. It was a huge moment in hip-hop. It was a huge moment in fashion. It was a huge moment in hip-hop fashion. And Ye has been talking about this whole Yeezy empire that he's building, starting, what did he say, in Georgia? He's going to have his first store, and he's going to take it globally. Remember, Young Thug was reaching out to him from behind bars facing a Rico talking about, I got acres. let me know, yay, I got you. I won't even charge you or whatever. But it's still crazy to me how Thugger keeps reaching out from behind bars, man. That's wild. But anyways, as I was just talking about, you know, how this story we're gonna elaborate a little more. Tommy Hilfiger, right? Comment and let me know if y'all fluck with Tommy. If you were a fan of the clothing, or if you were a fan of the clothing and then you were like, yo, I don't fluck with Tommy. I want to cancel him. He was on some BS. That's what we're going to get into, right? So dating back in 94, you know what I mean? Tommy Hilfiger has stated this was like one of the biggest moments ever for his brand at that time. You know, he you know, the company was doing good or whatever. But, and this was a dope performance too. Snoop did the la-di-da-di, we likes to party, you know what I'm saying? His cover of the hip hop classic. And up until this point, there were some artists in the hip hop world rocking Tommy. And Grand Puba, you know, of the legendary Brand Nubian, name dropped Tommy Hilfiger on the, you know, 411 track with Mary J. Blige. So that was big. That had the brand buzzing in the hip-hop world. And, you know, Hilfiger started giving clothes to hip-hop artists, such as, I believe, Raekwon, Coolio. You know, like, he really saw his clothing becoming popular in the hip-hop world and started linking up with rappers. And right before this performance that Snoop did at SNL, him and Tommy, I guess, had talked, linked up behind the scenes, or spoke and said, let's link. You know, I'm fucking with your clothes. He's like, yo, Snoop, I'm fucking with you. They link up like in the green room or in wardrobe or at the hotel, you know, before he does SNL, and he just drops him a bunch of clothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hilfiger was like, hip hop's fucking with my clothes. I want to get these clothes out to these rappers and other artists within the hip hop world. You know, this brand is blowing up. And, you know, the next day after Snoop rocked this on SNL, within the couple days, I guess the rugby sales were like out of this world. Everywhere was sold out of the rugbies. They had to get back in production and quadruple the amount of rugby shirts they had out in circulation for sale. And from that point on, like Hilfiger said, that was next level. Like Grand Puba and the other artists that were already rocking Tommy, definitely there was growth within the company. But when Snoop came out on SNL, it was like game over, right? Hilfiger was huge. And I remember back then, man, I had Tommy jeans. I had some Tommy shoes. They were real too. They weren't bootleg, y'all, I swear. Real talk though, like I'm not being sarcastic. They were really real. I remember I was mad as fuck. I went to a field trip in like 7th grade or something, and someone spilled some Pepsi or Coca-Cola on my joints, man. I was heated. But again, this was just a huge moment in hip-hop fashion, just a major epic moment. And, you know, you see Ye reflecting on this. I think that's probably what this is about. You know, obviously it's a big moment in hip-hop, but, you know, he's on his fashion designer-ish right now. He's really trying to take off in that world. But anyways, you know, taking this whole story in and everything, right, and breaking it down, making this blog, it's like, man, you know, we all recall how big Tommy Hilfiger was and how everyone was flunking with the clothing. But I'm sure everyone remembers hearing that Tommy Hilfiger was a racist, right? That he didn't want certain individuals rocking his clothing and all that. And it's like, damn, these reports, this ish is conflicting with all the stuff that these rappers and Snoop and everyone is saying about Tommy Hilfiger. Like, what's the deal? What's good with all this? You know, like, is Tommy Hilfiger a racist, hateful individual or not? You know what I mean? And as I dug into this more, because I know this is a story we all heard, right? And as I dug into this more, you know, word was allegedly when this rumor first started spreading, it was stated that Hilfiger, you know, was asked about these comments on the Oprah Winfrey show. And when Oprah asked him, he said, yeah. And she just threw him right out. Well, turns out in 2007, Tommy Hilfiger, like these rumors started in 96, 2 years after 94, the Snoop SNL, you know, rugby, Hilfiger rugby, during the performance and all that. 2 years later in 96 is when the rumor started. So in 07, he appears on Oprah Winfrey for the first time. Are y'all feeling what I'm saying? He was never on the show. He never made those comments.
I heard that Tommy Hilfiger was on Oprah, and during the episode he said that he didn't make his gear for black people to wear.
I have heard a story about Tommy Hilfiger, and he said some pretty terrible things, and if it's true, we shouldn't buy any of his clothing.
I have purchased Tommy Hilfiger clothing in the past, and based on the comments that I've heard, I would not purchase the Tommy Hilfiger brand at this point.
As far as what I've heard on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and as far as what I've heard in the media, I would not buy his clothes.
Okay, so this is astounding to me, and in just the last few months, we got another huge stack of letters about this very rumor from viewers across the country. So today, for the very first time in Oprah Show history, Tommy Hilfiger is here, and we're setting the record straight, once and for all. So let's start with the email that's going around. Here's what it says. It says that I'm sure many of you watched the recent taping of the Oprah Winfrey Show, where her guest was Tommy Hilfiger. And on the show, Oprah asked him if he had said, quote, if I had known African Americans, Hispanics, Jews, and Asians would buy my clothes, I would not have made them so nice. I wish these people would not buy my clothes, as they are made for upper-class white people. His answer to Oprah was a simple yes when she asked him, and she then immediately asked him to leave her show. That's the rumor that's going around on the internet, and I'm sure many of you have heard this rumor, correct? So let's break this down. Tommy, in the 21 years that we've been on the air, have you ever been on the show?
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not. This rumor has been going on, for, as far as I can tell, for at least the past decade.
At least 10 years.
At least 10 years. And when you first heard it, Tommy, what did you think?
I didn't believe it. I thought it was crazy. And friends of mine said they'd heard the rumor. I said, it's crazy. There's no, that can't be. I was never on the Oprah show. I would never say that.
Yeah.
And all my friends and family who know me and people who work with me and people who have grown up with me said that's crazy.
Well, did you ever say anything close to that? Where do you think this originated?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. We hired FBI agents. I did an investigation. I paid investigators lots of money to go out and investigate, and they traced it back to a college campus, but couldn't put their finger on it, and said, you know.
So the truth is, if Tommy, and it is true, has never been here before today, then I could never have possibly asked him to leave the set. So that is what I call the category of a BFL, a big fat lie. That's a big fat lie that never happened.
So people, can y'all believe that? You guys heard all that, right? Ain't that's bonkers, man. That rumor grew to that length. And there's a couple other rumors out there, like, you know, on a stream before we got into talking about this once, like rumors that are almost like urban legends. You know what I mean? Like, it's so crazy back in the day before the internet. Like, now we understand something goes up on social media, it catches everyone's attention, everyone starts talking about it, spreads across the country. But way back before the internet was shaking and moving, it's crazy that, like, you could be, like, I could be in New York where I'm from, go on vacation to Florida, and motherfuckers is talking about the same rumors, you know? But we discussed this once on a stream a couple times. It's kind of wild, y'all. Like, comment if you know, any other wild rumors that turned out to be cap that you know come to mind, or ones that you just kind of always felt were rumors, you know, that seem to spread everywhere. Drop those below, as well as all your thoughts about everything we're touching on in this video. But it was all a lie, you know what I mean? And Hilfiger, you heard them. They hired federal private investigators and agents, and, you know, investigated this her body. And, you know, in the end, I guess it was started from like a tabloid out of the Philippines that started spreading this rumor via like a chain email. You guys remember that in the early stages of the like AOL? you've got mail. You know what I mean? And there'd be like chain emails that would just circulate around. You know, this email had the quote from Tommy Hilfiger, you know, making racist statements, and then the whole like transcript of him on the Oprah Winfrey show, a play-by-play of what went down and him being kicked off. And come to find out, it was all a goddamn lie. You know what I mean? Because as I'm researching all this, it was kind of wild to me too. It's like, man, like, how did it all go bad? Why? Like, you know, the way the rumor always kind of got out there was that like Hilfiger, you know, had his brand or whatever, and then, you know, when rappers and stuff started rocking it, he made those comments, right? But then when you're researching about this, you come to find out that he was linking up with rappers, you know, that him and like, I believe his brother Andy Hilfiger was the one that really came to him and said, yo, I was in the airport and I saw, I forget which rapper it was, but like such and such, yo, decked out in Tommy Hilfiger, man. And like, I think Andy Hilfiger approached him and was like, yo, that's my brother's brand. And he, whichever rapper was like, yo, that's lit. I fluck with him, you know what I mean? And Tommy was moved by this, you know? And again, like I stated earlier in this video, he started tapping in with rappers, met with Snoop right on the set at SNL, you know what I mean? And you could see a bunch of pictures of him chilling with different artists and whatnot. So it was always like, wow, all along, this was some straight flunkery, some straight lies. And you know what? It's crazy the way rumors can spread. But that's why you always got to ask questions or do a little digging. You know what I mean? So comment. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. You know, the first story, you know what I'm saying? Durk and all that going on. Ye and Snoop, you know, the whole fashion or whatever collab they got shaking and moving. Snoop back on SNL rocking the Tommy Rugby back then, if you remember that iconic moment. And this whole rumor about Tommy Hilfiger, you know what I mean? Did you still think that this was facts, or did you know that it was some flunkery that was started through a chain email? And what's crazy too is I wonder who was behind this. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Like, did a rival designer pay some kind of team to like spread these lies or whatever? Like, real talk, there's probably individuals out there that just start smear campaigns. You know what I mean? We kind of see it in the media sometimes. You know, that's why a lot of times with these blogs, when we're reporting on the news, you know, little different stories and stuff, that like the first story with Durk, we're assessing what's going on and we're like, yo, what do y'all think? Are they playing around? You know what I mean? We gotta use logic and break and bust out everything down and, you know, try to get to the bottom of it. You feel me? So thanks for watching. Look forward to hearing what everyone's got to say in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned. More content coming all day, every day. Music, news, and sports. I'm about here, guys. Peace. Thanks for watching.